Welcome back. Oh, I forgot to update my list. I think today, though, we're just going to work on steel pipes on the Mega. Straightforward, easy. Our Monolith needs to start getting those steel pipes, and it would be nice if we could also store those steel pipes in the digital uploader. That would make for a good little session here. First, we gotta grab some encased beams. I might actually have to go through and make a filter. Little mini filter factory. Find a place where we see the fabric is the deal breaker there though. But I could, once I get into my polys, do something with that. So it looks like the first thing we should probably do is just... Oh, we're probably not going to get to the point where we're actually building all of this and using the steel. Because now that I'm looking at it, we probably need to connect the iron ore. That might be the thing we should do, is use some industrial storage containers to make it so all these sections get equal access to the coal or to the iron ore. Semi-equal anyway. Let's see, which side do I want this to be? Which side is this? This is the output. So I could make this side the input. Which means it goes in this way, and then we just drop all the way down to the bottom. We almost have full health, but not exactly. Maybe we'll just build the front and then I'll reconstruct the iron ore inputs. It's interesting to me that they literally have the items that you're building with come flying out of your pocket dimension. That's too bad you can't screenshot while you're in that mode. Two more after this one. And we actually have enough encased beams to build it all. But yeah, let's figure out, because I need to figure out how we're going to get iron ore to all this. And then once we start using it all, we're going to want a lot of iron ore. But we're also kind of want every quad of the monolith to have a chance at all the iron ore. I wouldn't want 1/4 to be totally backed up and unable to do anything, and the other side to be in a place where it can't make use of it because 1/4 has access to a different rate of iron ore than the others. That's gonna happen almost no matter what. But I think we can set it up in such a way where it all gets shared. That's what I'm trying to go for. So this is the iron ore lift up for the pipe section of the monolith. And let's pop down here and see what we've got going. How much further down do we have available to us? Not a lot, actually. Shockingly, not very much. All right, so this is the part where we need to lift iron ore up. It's a bit of a complicated mess. Actually, hold on. Let's make sure we always have fuel on us. All right. So this is going to be where the ore goes. But we're going to want the ability to share the ore with the next quad in line. Did I only build 4 of these? Oops. Guess we have to build one more. Man, our steel pipe situation is absolutely terrible. Some of this I think I need to undo. I might actually have to undo all of this fancy stuff. Given my new paradigm on this. So basically what I'm saying is, really we shouldn't have 6 of these. That's a problem. But we'll figure that out later. We'll have to consolidate these back down at some point. So I'm going to say the output from this gets ripped into here. Oh, we need concrete. Got one of those out of alignment. So all the stuff that comes in immediately gets shipped into this quarter of the monolith. So far, so good. Then whatever's extra, and extra could be this level of the monolith or the rest of the factory. We'll have to go this way. And it will be cliptastic. That boar has been haunting me for a very long time. He finally got his hit. I think I can just combine these back into 5 instead of 6, and then finding a place where I can get good connection. All this is going to be weird. So now that first quarter supply is connected to both the first quarter and the second quarter. That's what it took for us to run out. We have just enough. Speaking of just enough, though, we should probably put these shards back in our inventory. Digitally upload them. These should be filling up. Ooh, they are filling up really fast. What? How is that possible? Oh wait, no, because they were already full. Yeah, that's why. Because right now we're not pulling iron rods. If we pull some iron rods from over here, we should see some immediate activity on this line. All right. It's always nice when you make a prediction and it comes true. So then I think the counter to this plan would be to then just connect these on the high side. Now, I know that even though I love them, industrial storage containers are not reliable splitters. My answer to that right now is that we'll fix it by... Can I make it straight? Nope. Doesn't have a distance. Might change this last one. This player in the way notification is annoying me. Okay, so that should start filling up once this lift is filled up. But now that way, this one is also sharing in the goodness that is the setup that we already have in place. And then once we get additional sources of iron ore, we'll just add to these boxes directly, which will then add to the, what's the word I want here? Reliability of supplying both lines. But right now we get to have these guys kind of upgrade. Are these Mark 4s all the way? No, mostly Mark 3. I think though that this might be okay only because we have a relatively terrible this is low end. Mark 2 150. That's impure iron ore nodes. I theoretically could build the linkages for this. Ooh, 150. It's a good chunk of modular frames that we can add to the uploader once we start building again. Oh man, I'm having so many thoughts right now. We should drop some iron rods into our modular frame factory just to make sure we've got the modular frames ready to go for the next video. You got to plan for what you're doing and also plan ahead. I don't have enough space in my inventory to swap all this around, but I do need this iron rod storage to be bigger. $210 modular frames. We need 1,000 to complete the base. We need 800 more. So we're still 80 minutes away from having all the modular frames that we need. You know, I really don't want to bring iron rods back over to the Monolith, so I'm just going to throw these extra ones away. Oh, you know what? I meant to I meant to get encased beams while we were out, but totally forgot. Should bring back a huge chunk of those anyway, just because they get made relatively quickly. I think our little encased beam factory is actually working out pretty well. It doesn't matter which one, they both split at the end anyway. It's not like there's a separate line of encased beam production that goes into one side or the other. It all gets made and then at the last minute splits into two separate industrial storage containers for the purposes of having more encased beams ready to go when time comes. You know, I might just put a center. I don't know. I'll have to decide. Having access to a good, clean supply of steel pipes would be very helpful. Something like that. Start cranking out steel pipes. Now we just gotta look for where we're supposed to make these connections. Assuming we've even connected them. I'm starting to think these don't have power. Oh boy. Maybe I should power everything up first. Of course, that is going to require me to transverse all the levels, so maybe it should just be part of my per level construction plan. Oh, these are all full. We'll just build them however they want us to build them. I want to see that I see some steel pipes coming out of here before I commit to this. Steel pipes everywhere. Great. I'll consider that a success. We skipped the power connection for this one. What? Oh, it's already connected. See, sadly, it's probably mentally less taxing just to connect the power all the way down. Plus, that's an easier way to check on the power. Okay, I think all the levels are at least now connected to power. And now I'm thinking, did I connect? Upload? Oh no, dismantle crate. Where would I have a dismantle crate? What? How? Where? Why? Oh, thank goodness. Maybe I should leave it there so everything gets dismantled there. I can't handle it. We got to get this dismantle crate taken care of. At least this way, we'll have a few more pipes in storage while we wait. Storage on the belts, but still. That's a few more pipes that are available for use once we start using them in mass. My temptation is to build the drops for this, but we should probably get this internal stuff done since we started it. I think the steel pipe generation is just slow enough where it makes sense not to have to... Whoa! If we tried to wait for every level to see that there was pipes being generated, that would take a long time. Now I'm kind of worried though. Alright, well that direction's correct. So I'm gonna assume that the other directions are correct as well. That iron ore supply just looks really cool. While it's moving in without stopping. It's just cool. If I really wanted it, I could set this up where all of these kind of backwash into the main supply. If it moving, having things always move is part of the aesthetic, was the thing. The more I'm talking about it, the more I'm liking it. I'd have to make it so that iron ore at the end reconnected to the rest of the supply. That would be truly annoying to set up, but it could look cool. Oh, it's 20 to even get started. Why did I have to slow down? I mean, I know why I have it slowed down, but I feel like I might have slowed it down too much. Oh no, I had it slowed down just the right amount. Let's pop in 1 or 2 steel pipe. I should have grabbed more steel pipes. How did I do the outputs to this over here? Oh, I already had a whole massive snake of steel pipe or plate pre-storage, so that was a lot easier. I think I'm just gonna take kind of a temporary path here and just output one of these. Why is it doing that for straight? I like what's going on here. We'll connect 1 or 2 more of these and we'll call it. I think it's a pretty good chunk of progress though. Especially since we know we need steel pipes for various parts of the other projects. Plus, it's a good chunk of steel pipes too. I mean, it might not be all the steel pipes we need for the rest of the game, but wish I could have... I mean, I guess I could have all of these connect. Really, though, we need a good, solid buffer. I do recognize that the all right, we got 2 more. Let's finish it off. Might as well. We're here. We'll have to figure out the storage of the pipes afterwards, but I think I'm pretty happy with this idea that I've got going for the iron ore input. So if we ever get to the situation where we're like, hey, we need more iron ore so the monolith can keep running faster, then we'll just reconnect it. And then super advanced, we'd run all the iron ore out to the bottom and then reconnect that sort of as a feedback loop. And then our iron ore inputs would always look like they're running. But you're not going to really be able to tell the effect of that. One, unless you ran the numbers and did some good calculations on the usage of the materials that you're inputting, which we know we're not going to do that. 2, once we start building the rest of the factory and we get actually see how much gets used, that's really going to tell us the stuff that we need to know. Yeah, like even this, it looks like it's going to be a belt's worth. Doesn't even look like it's a full belt, half a belt. The whole factory is probably not going to output a whole belt of steel pipe. We're doing 8 per minute. I'll find the 8 eventually. Times 9 levels. Times 5 machines. Yeah, we could put all of this on a single belt and be done. And we'll just have to call this a starter factory. Did I not connect all this? What happened? Oh, I messed up on the last one. Okay. I'm going to call that perfect. And then the only thing we have to do is just kind of double check to make sure this loosens up eventually. So that's the only downside of doing it that way, is that it will, if it does get backed up, it will reduce the time to recovery, or increase the time to recovery. So we'll probably have to figure out how to do some local storage. Like the first thing that kind of jumps to my mind is that we could put a splitter on here, drop this, put this into here, and then this will just be the place where we do the buffer and output to the rest of the factory over there. And then let's see if we can grab this and then we'll call it. Perfect. We're making steel pipes, people. Oh, you know what? Ugh. The one more thing of all one more things is we probably should. We got to get this digitally uploaded. I don't have enough SAM fluctuators to finish this. Ugh. Now we have enough. Of course, we need steel pipes. I think for now, well, I'm tempted to do it this way, but I should probably put it on a splitter. Just so we always have some for the rest of the factory and some for the rest of our construction. Because the industrial storage container is an unreliable splitter. That'll also be where we store our extra inline buffer. Okay. I think we got it done. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.